we've got the NFL Conference Championships. We've got NFL coaches threatening to bite kneecaps off. And we have a stock car racer here on our show live. It is highly inappropriate. Let's fucking go, baby. That was smooth. That was so smooth.
That's good. And it's hit. The music hit right away.
Yeah, I got a boner.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to Highly Inappropriate.
I don't think she's going to be expecting something big, do you?
What, like anal?
Whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Highly Inappropriate.
Right, so let me get this straight. So I'm going to pay for a blowjob and I got to pay for a goddamn hotel room too? Well, that just seems like I'm spending too much money for nothing. I got a house. You can just get your ass over here and I can just do the blowjob here.
Highly Inappropriate.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
They can kiss my fat vagina, because I'm bringing the motherfucking pay.
That may be, for the first time ever, a flawless intro song, by the way. Maybe I reverse jinx myself. I don't know what happened, but welcome to Highly Inappropriate. We're going to get right into the interview, guys, because unfortunately our special guest has limited time. So I want to welcome on stock car racer Brandon Mefford. What's up, buddy? And you happen to be a friend of Chris Duncan and Josh as well?
I mean, am I supposed to say that on air?
I hope not, man. Like I it's hard for me to admit it. Like,
yeah, man, I grew up with them, played basketball, graduated with, those guys. So, yeah, known them a long time.
So you graduate high school. We're not sure if Duncan graduated or if his mom paid off the principal yet, but we're going to figure that out. We're going to get to the bottom.
Jury's still out for that.
Yeah, we're waiting for that Maury episode to drop. So
he really cares about my education.
Just wait till this podcast pops up, buddy. So what's up, Brandon? Stock car racing. First and foremost, what'd you say there, Dunk?
He's the iRacing and he's raced local tracks and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, so a little bit more about the local stuff here, Dunk. I'm going to let you control a lot of this interview, but I just want to, me and a thrill seeker myself. What got you into stock car racing?
That's all my dad's done my whole life, man. So he started racing back in 1985, and of course, it was out in the garage all the time, and that's where I spent, most of my nights and weekends, and so it's all I've ever done.
Hell yeah, man. It's tradition's big in the household. Now, do you have any kids yourself?
Oh, yeah. I got 3 of my own, 3 step kids. So got the Brady Bunch over here, but a lot of them.
Are any of them taking interest in the racing?
Now, my son almost owns my iRacing whenever he's over. So, secret, I got a computer being built this weekend. We're going to put him something together out in the garage for his birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. You don't even know about it. Yeah, we're excited.
Now, Dunk, you need to sell them your little get up that you had there in the garage. What?
I actually got a nice one. It's a play seat and all that stuff. So I got the racing seat and the steering wheel and pedals and all that stuff. But I just took it in the Xbox. I don't have it could go for the iRacing, but I don't have a computer build or nothing like that. I would love to do it though.
You'll have to take off the butt plug that's on there if you do sell it to him though. Because
my cousin Dustin does the iRacing stuff, and Brandon, his setup, you would absolutely love it. Like, he works on the road, makes good money, and he buys like quarter panels and bumpers and stuff from like NASCAR cars. Like a Chase Elliott bumper and stuff like that, and he engulfed his setup with like a NASCAR around it. And
I'm jealous already.
Yeah. Sweet.
Awesome. I got a computer desk with a 43-inch TV, and that's it. I'm sitting on a card table chair, man.
That's all it takes.
What I do.
You're winning races though.
Absolutely.
What made? I know you were a staple in like the local like racing stuff, like the Moutlons and the Andersons and stuff like that. What attracted your eye in the iRacing? How long have you been doing the iRacing? Just tell us about the Falcon Motorsports. Tell us about everything that's going on there.
Yeah, so I started racing back in 2006. My dad's buddy let me get in his car. First season, I about won the points championship, so I was hooked. And I took a year off, and then my dad actually won a car. So we built a second car in the Mefford stable, and man, I raced for almost 10 years. My dad passed away in a racing accident. We kept digging.
Sorry to hear that,
honestly, man, the kids made things slow down. We're too busy for race cars in real life. So About a year ago, my brother was like, man, get on iRacing with me. He's been doing it for 10 years. So he gave me some stuff to get set up. I built a small, cheap computer that was trash, really, and started racing and got hooked up with my brother's teammates. They call themselves Falcon Motorsports. So there's 6 of us in that. And so we bounce ideas and set up stuff off each other. And it's really like a family. But the iRacing thing came about, man, just because I didn't have nothing to do in the winter. Kids in between their sports, I wanted to do racing, and this was as close as I could get to it. And it's way more affordable.
That's awesome, man. Yeah,
that is awesome, man.
Yeah, not to try to confuse the listeners too. So you actually did race physical cars at one point, but now to focus on the iRacing. So yeah, not to confuse the listeners there. So
absolutely,
he is focused on the iRacing now, which I honestly like crazy. I've caught some of the races. So Duncan got me hooked on. I'm like, it's crazy how much the world's evolved in just in 1 year because of COVID. And like I'm not ready to call it the new normal because some of it's bullshit, but but I mean that's cool that that you can still pursue and still participate in your passion right there from your living room. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, the competitive side of it is just like real racing. I mean, you get wrecked on a sim, doesn't cost me anything, but it still pisses me off like it did, back when we were doing the real stuff. So I mean, that's the competitive side of it I love.
Have you tried to fight anybody on the simulator yet?
I did one time, and then I realized that was expensive TV in front of me. I better not hit it.
Have you tried to get drunk while you were doing any of your races?
We won't talk about that.
What's the new the thing that everybody's going crazy about, the simulator games, or was it Oculus? What are those things called?
The Oculus.
Yeah, the Oculus, the VR virtual reality. My brother runs with that, but man, guys, that goes out so often for guys in the middle of a race.
Oh.
Like I don't trust it. I wouldn't do it. But man, they say that's fairly real. You can see a lot more. My brother loves it. That's what he runs with.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, if when that advances, you could actually get into physical fights with people. Like,
yeah,
that'd be the most exciting thing.
iRacing would need to do that. Get out and have a boxing match.
So like when you first jumped into the iRacing stuff, like I know like during quarantine, NASCAR kind of went to the iRacing and it kind of put a big hit on it. Like the popularity went through the roof when they were races and stuff. I think that's what Matt's talking about. I kind of got him to look and see that going on.
Yeah.
When you first jumped in and started racing, like I've never done the iRacing stuff. I'll be honest. Like how close is it to really being in a car? Like do you get the feel? Like how close how would you describe it as literally racing since you've done both?
Yeah, so like just with my basic setup, the wheel and stuff has feedback in it, so you can actually feel the tension getting down in the corner. If you wreck, it rips the wheel out of your hand, stuff like that. But I mean, it's really missing the I don't want to call it the fear factor, but the G-forces and some of that. That's really what it's missing. But I mean, I think if I got in a real car today, this would change how I drove my real race cars. To be 100% honest with you, it's way close.
Yeah, like I know there's like it's like William Byron is somebody that comes to mind that's in the Cup Series, and he pretty much like got with Hendricks through iRacing. Like it was one of the big things how he kind of got found.
Yeah, it's silly. Those guys get on here, they get found through iRacing. There's a pro league and everything, and these guys, I mean, they get pulled up from over there. Aaron Aflalo races right now, and he's in the truck, I think, right now, but he came off iRacing too. So
have you jumped in anything in like seeing other like a Cup guy or anything like that in any of your lobbies?
Oh yeah. Who'd I get with the other day was oh shoot. Yeah, I mean there's NASCAR guys. You get these official races. There's NASCAR guys in it all the time. Clint Moyer was in there. And Tony Stewart, I raced with him.
That's awesome.
So it was pretty cool. I actually passed him, and then about 10 to go, he came back and blew my doors away.
Was he talking shit? Now, does Tony talk shit? Is there like a chat feature here? Like, are you able to talk shit to the people that you're racing against, or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, as you guys have probably seen the media, Kyle Larson got in trouble for talking on there, so It's just like we're talking right here. I mean,
yep.
I've got a whole setup with that. You talk live with those guys. It's all, I mean, I race it, it's streamed online. So, I mean, that stuff, it's just like being on TV damn near.
Yeah, I got to say, like, so far, like some of our guests, you with the headset and stuff, I mean, your sound is incredible right now.
Oh, this is my cheap headset, too.
So, hey, Brandon, is this so when you're racing? I don't know a whole lot about the iRacing stuff, but when you're racing, is this just like a solo thing? Just you by yourself, as far as like you don't have a team or any kind of spotter kind of thing going on, do you?
Well, iRacing provides you with a spotter. Everybody's got one, but people can actually get in the sim and be your spotter. Like my brother can hop on and be my spotter and tell me what's going on, give me pointers and stuff like that. But no, I race in a league, man. And we've got like 60 members in this league. Just the first season starts this Sunday, actually. But so like these guys we race against almost become your family. They become your buddies, just like being at the racetrack. You start to know these guys from the sim, and you like feel like you start become part of their family almost. It's really neat, actually.
Now, other than your dad, what race car drivers did you look up to or idolize growing up?
Oh man, Dale Earnhardt was my favorite.
Praise Dale.
Always. And honestly, ever since his passing, man, I haven't gotten into NASCAR like I used to. I still love it, but it's just not the same for me. I don't know, but yeah, always looked up to Dale. Local guys, Jeff Lane. Always looked up to him. I got to meet him a couple years ago in real life, so I tease him about that for letting me win every once in a while. But you know what I mean? He's like, I don't let nobody win.
Now you're on Highly Inappropriate, and I know you have to have at least one story behind the scenes at the track that gets a good laugh out of people. You got something for us?
Oh man, I'll tell you what I like to tell them about my dad. So my dad built my first race car. I go out, about to qualify. Well, the tires, as I'm going down the backstretch, man, they just start shaking like this. I thought the car was falling apart. I pull in the pits immediately. I'm like, Dad, this thing, something's falling apart. He looks at it. He goes, damn, son, go out there and fucking qualify. And I'm like, Dad, the car's about to fall apart. He's like, go out there anyways. I said, well, it's your fucking car, man. It falls apart and I crash it. You're paying for it. So I go out. It didn't do it again. And I looked like a big idiot when I came in. So he made fun of me for that forever.
Are any of your brothers still racing?
Chris did it for just a minute. He raced like 5 or 6 times. Justin, I think's got his own car, but he may have sold it. But I mean, those guys raced a little bit. Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize, man, the local racing scene, like it's without a doubt a lifestyle. Like it consumes you. It's like all that you like. It takes up all your time.
It's
literally everything you can do.
And
I mean, yeah, unless you're in it, you really don't know. But I probably work on the car more than I worked at my real job. I mean, I would get off work, go straight to the garage. I'm out there till 2 or 3 in the morning and back up at 5 to go to work. So it was a lot of work, and it takes a lot of your time and money.
Yeah, kid we went to high school with raced a little bit as well, and I remember going to his house, and he literally had a room that was nothing but trophies, like not just shelves of trophies, but the whole floor was trophies. I was like, how often do you race? He's like 3 days a week. I'm like,
right,
crazy. But I mean, that's awesome, dude. It's something you're passionate about, and you can, you're able to pursue it and still maintain. Like, what I always love to ask our guest, what's the end goal for you? I mean, obviously, you talked about sponsors before the show, so I assume you're probably making money on it now. So what's the end goal here for you?
So actually, what I race for, I don't race for money. I put money into it, but I don't race for money. I do get in some money races. Don't let me lie to you. And I've won a little bit of money, but it's nothing. I mean, you're talking 20, 30, 50 bucks here and there. But my end goal really is just to have fun,
right? To
compete, and give myself something to do to keep me in my little racing world while I'm being a dad and, all that stuff. So, and until the kids get out of school or slow down, I'll probably do this. Then I'll try to get back in the real life stuff. So this is just to hold me over, basically.
Hell yeah.
What's the chances we get Highly Inappropriate on the car? How do we sponsor that?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, you donate to my cause and it'll be on there next week.
Hey, shoot us the info, either me or Chris, or we'll figure it out. So
so actually I'll talk a little bit about my cause here. So
go ahead.
When I first started racing, we were doing racing for a cause. So all the guys would put some certain causes on their car, Victory Junction, Riley's Children for Hospitals, stuff like that. And on occasion we would do a benefit race. So whoever won, we donate money to that cause. So I started out with ALS, the Lou Gehrig's disease, on my car. So runs in my wife's family. So, to support her and her family, I threw that on the car. Not really know what I wanted to do. But this off season, I wanted to do something close to home, and something to do with kids that needed help or something like that. So now I race for Zoey's Place. It's out of Greenfield.
Yeah,
you guys may know the cause. So, but it's a child advocacy place. I mean, neglected or battered kids can go, and they feel like that's a place that the kids could go to feel like it's not a police station for interviews and stuff like that. If you can imagine, it'd be hard for them. So, and then the Lane family, they've been real close to me my whole life. And so that was their granddaughter. It's named after. So that's what we're racing for now. And so we bring awareness of that and try to, hopefully I'll win some money this stinking season and we'll be able to throw it back at them. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
That's what I love about what I do right now.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of a shameless plug, we are next month actually all jumping in freezing cold water for the Special Olympics. So
that's awesome.
I think we should have a contest, maybe a side bet, who stays in the water the longest between us five. Just to see like who dies of hypothermia between us five. I think that'll be interesting.
I ain't getting out.
You're gonna like it, huh?
No, yeah, dude, it's gonna be nice.
Not me, man. I'm in and out.
If there's money on the line, Duncan's in. He don't like to lose, man.
Yeah, for sure. We'll throw some money at it.
Brandon knows me. That is true. And if I'm half popped, I mean, who knows what I'll do?
I guarantee.
Water and then jump in a fire right afterwards.
We gotta jump at noon. Dunk's gonna be at my house at 7:30. Pop and jump like planting beers in my driveway.
It'll be an early day.
Yeah. Hell
Brandon,
yeah, man.
Brandon, did you ever own a race car bed at any point in time?
Did I what?
Ever own a race car bed at any point in time?
You know it, man.
Yeah.
That was my son's first bed.
Did you ever make a race car out of a box, out of like a
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was my favorite. I remember growing up, my babysitter, we all made race cars out of the box, and my dumb ass would always run down the hill, my box, and I'd destroy my race car and, of course, cry, and it'd just be a horrible day. But yeah, man, that's great, dude. I love that you're racing for a cause first and foremost, man. And I know we have limited time for you today, but one, I want to hear your sponsors because you say you can rattle them off. Like me and Duncan talked with you before the show, so I do want to hear who your sponsors are.
Man, give him like a post race, like question and see how he rattles off the sponsors. Like they do in the NASCAR interviews at the end of the race. Give him like you just won the Daytona 500. You know what I mean? Who you got to thank?
All right, Brandon, welcome to Highly Inappropriate. You just won the greatest guest of all time. Who do you have to thank here?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for putting me on here on, Highly Inappropriate. I got to thank my teammates back at Falcon Motorsports, my family at home, allow me to do this. I got to thank Turn 3 Network for their broadcast each week, Zoey's Place for being on the car, ALS Association, and all the fans out there that support us each week and donate to our causes.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, man. We really appreciate you. Really appreciate you being on here, man. And also, before you get off, before you get off the show, excuse me. Oh man, that only took 20 minutes for our first dick joke. But yeah, but before you leave the show here, if you have any social media or anywhere that we can follow you, go ahead and tell us about that. And again, appreciate you being on here, bro.
Yeah, guys, I do appreciate that. I mean, really, you can just follow me on Facebook. I don't really do any other outlets. Face page is it for me. So just follow me at, Brandon Mefford. Look me up and see what we're doing come race day. I guess we do have Falcon Motorsports. You can follow it. It's our team, and you'll find a lot of our race information on there as well when we're racing, our sponsors, my teammates, and, what we got going on.
Awesome, man. Hey, for sure. I'm sure Matt will do this when we post this episode or whatever. We can put a link. If you send it to us, we'll send some money your way for your donation for your cause.
Awesome.
And we can also throw the link maybe on the show when we post it and maybe get you some money raised that way too.
Awesome. That'd be great, man.
What you're doing is awesome, man. That really is awesome.
Yeah, we love it.
Hey, Brandon, one last question. Dirt or asphalt?
Oh.
You had to, didn't you? So I'm an asphalt guy at heart. My son is all over the dirt on the iRacing, so I try to keep up with him, but it doesn't do me very good. So I'm taking the road to the track.
I got you.
There you go.
Hell yeah. Well, we appreciate you, Brandon, for coming on here, man, and good luck, and hopefully you win some money. And yes, we will. We'll share the link for is it Zoey's place there in Greenfield.
Yep.
Great organization for you. And again, we appreciate you being on here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
There you go, Duncan and Josh coming in. They're coming in hot with the guest, buddy. I appreciate it, guys.
Great dude.
Yeah.
Sneaky fucking athlete too. You get that dude on the ball court. I'm telling you,
he was fast. He
was a
fast.
baller. He could ball.
Every time we talk to Duncan, Knightstown has like the best ballers in the world for some fucking.
We had so many good ball players that didn't play ball.
I mean, that's what happens when you put meth in your fucking Cheerios from like beginning at 3 years old, I guess. But
Knightstown produces punt, pass, and kick champions. All right,
Beaver, thank you. Thank you for telling the people what is going on.
Hey, there were no scrubs over here like at Juice's school, man.
That's just lucky the pump, pass, and kick competition was in Greensburg, where half the people were too hungover to come to the competition. The other half were high on drugs at the competition. Dunk just happened to get piss test that morning. So what's the big deal? Dunk, how do you feel right now? Do you feel like you can go back to back and win another?
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm winning again. Are you kidding me?
You for sure.
Dude, I put on a little weight, dude. I got a little extra weight on this fucking leg. I'm ready to send some fucking pigs to the moon, dude.
It's all about physics, right?
Speaking of weight,
The butthole tightened up. Man.
Yeah, the butthole. I forgot about the butthole being ready to go.
Hey, that'll put a little pep in your step, Bob. A little less nerves when you're taking a big hit, because you don't have to worry about literally shitting your intestines out. So that's great. So we just lost 7 listeners right there on that. But hell yeah, man, guys, welcome. I'm so happy to be back another week with you. And I must say, and I sent a group message out. By the way, we have the most fire group chat every day. We send each other inappropriate memes, make fun of each other, mainly Beaver. And Beaver, you look great, by the way. But but what I wanted to say is, Duncan.
Yeah.
I mean, what was this? Or was it you or Juice? I can't remember who sent out the fire drill that we should do like some sort of fire drill thing. Or do you remember this in our group chat at all?
No, I do not remember the fire drill.
Okay, so I mean, my question to you guys is, I want to get your brains churning, and it doesn't have to be announced here on the show, but we need to think of something funny in the next week or two to do, make a video of.
You're
so
like fire drill. You don't want us to drop the plan on here, right?
No, I do not. But I want to get your brains thinking, because I'm just the reason I'm saying it is because I'm like, stay tuned, because we're putting content out. We've been on fire this month and this year. Juice, we appreciate everything he's been doing for the show, putting out questions. I've been making more memes and stuff, etc. Trying to get more guests on here, going live. By the way, I went live at Geist the other day. Just happened to be up there picking up my daughter, had some time to spare.
Playing Frogger in traffic, bud.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm up here. I might as well get out and just tell a story. So that's where I did the polar plunge originally and froze my dick off. And it was deja vu, because I got out of the car. It was like 20 degrees and just a headwind coming right at my face. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to make this video? But I pulled it off.
Right? You were on a bridge?
I was on a bridge. I was like, I'm going live on Facebook on a bridge. I was like, everybody's going to think I'm jumping.
Killing yourself. Yeah. I was waiting for cops to pull up, like, don't do it, sir. Step back.
A Beaver started crying in our feed there. I was like, so disappointed.
I did.
Has anything exciting happened this week, guys?
Yeah. You kidding me? Monday morning started off with Friday, actually, the day after the show last week. On the way to work, I'm pretty sure I hit what they're calling a raccoon, but I'm pretty sure it was a bear cub. This goddamn raccoon, I'm not lying, dude. I hit it right on the way to work, and it completely ripped my fucking whole front bumper off. My whole undercarriage was dragging on the ground. Like, I had to call into work. I had to get it to a body shop. I'm in a rental car now. It's just fucking terrible.
He's describing this wreck like he does the Knightstown athletes.
I think you probably just hit you hit a raccoon probably the size of half the women that Rob Hart have sex with. But besides the point,
I'm telling you, I was going like 65, 70 miles an hour,
masturbating, by the way,
and masturbating, and this thing ran out into the middle of the road, stopped in my lane, and I saw it a ways away. and I just went to the left lane, 2-lane road, went to the left lane to go around this thing. And as soon as I get right next to where it's at, it fucking belts straight for my tire, dude.
He was ready to end it.
It was literally, and then I heard the whole undercarriage of my car dragging. I got out, it ripped my whole fog light off, ripped the whole side of my bumper, headlights fucking destroyed, shattered.
Now, when you're like
a goddamn bear cub. I mean, this thing was huge. I don't know what these raccoons are out here fucking grubbing on nowadays, but they are absolutely monstrous.
Well, everybody gained 15 pounds during COVID, so even the raccoons.
I even took it into the body shop, and the guy at the body shop was, I told him it was a raccoon. Like I said it, like, I know you won't believe me, raccoon. And he was like, no, you wouldn't believe. Like, we've had more raccoon wrecks in here, like bumpers like yours, than we've had deer this year. Like, they're like, I don't know what it is with the raccoons, but they are hot in the streets this winter.
Have you seen all raccoons?
Oh, every day every day I walk out and get in my car to leave from the garage, like their driveway, and 3 raccoons run out of Josh's fucking dumpsters.
By the way, hold on.
Cans.
Not to cut you off, Dunk, but we got some chitter chatter here in the live feed, by the way. So first off, our buddy Clay Tucker says he would destroy you one-on-one in a basketball game, Dunk. So just be prepared.
I'm 38
there
now and fat, so I mean, we'll see what's up. But I still think I got the smarts and I got the knowledge of the game. The jumper is still wet, completely wet. I got some inches on you, so I definitely am getting my shot off anytime I want over the top. All right, man, I'll check it up. We can do this.
Hey, maybe we'll invite Clay to our little March Madness video we shoot. So
bring it in.
Brianna said, I just read Beaver's title, and I have not read Beaver's title. It says, I am circumcised, ladies. Is it possible to circumcise a 1-inch dick, Beaver? How does
it is possible.
Congratulations.
It's very, very tidy.
Yeah, just so everybody knows there, Beaver's dick, very, very tiny. Not that yet. Okay. This is the only way I can hang out with all my Matt Wharton mom help with Zoey's Place. Yeah, that's right. By the way, Zoey's Place, I'm familiar with that place because I DJ'd. We did a big party. Dana Brown, also which is Clay's mom, by the way. She's big in helping with a lot of the addiction centers that are in Hancock County now. Also help with Zoey's Place. Getting it, and so we did a big fundraiser, and we do a bigger fundraiser every year that I happen to DJ. So it's I got to contribute a little bit to that place too. So I feel very obligated to help out again for sure. So hopefully, Brandon, if you're still listening, or Doc, make sure you reach out and get that link. So I definitely want to share that. So, and by the way, everybody that's participating in the live feed, commenting, and just checking out the show live, that's awesome. And make sure you share the show because that's very important. And like us on all the platforms and YouTube and all that fun stuff. So thanks guys for listening.
Also in the chat, I've seen people asking how to donate to our Polar Plunge.
Doug, Juice, if you don't mind posting the link in our feed. Juice will post a link in the feed, guys. You can go in there. You can pick any of us to donate to. Dunk, you hit our goal, by the way. So
I was gonna say, boys.
I mean, if you want to pat his ego, fucking do it. But help some. I set a $300 goal, so I'm gonna need some fucking help. I need to whore myself out a little more, I guess. But
I had people from work donating. If you guys are watching, thank you so much. I mean, that means I appreciate each and every one of you. That's really.
I thought about, honestly, I don't know what Duncan just froze up there, but I thought about for our shirts, just putting a picture of Beaver's face on our shirts. Like, I love for, by the way, for our listeners.
Me hugging a cat.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Maybe Beaver holding both of his cats. Dunk, you're back. You're back.
We were gone?
You were gone for a good 15 seconds.
You guys were all froze. That's crazy, man.
We were good on this end. We were still talking. We talked mad shit about you, but welcome back, buddy.
I could hear you the whole time.
Then he talked about the shirt design, Dunk.
What's that?
He talked about the shirt design. It was going to be beautiful.
I heard everything you guys were saying.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
Oh, now they're gone. Now they're gone completely. All right. Well, yeah, we're having technical difficulties here, guys. By the way, Juice, I might have to have you pipe in here a little bit and participate in the show. Which, by the way, Juice, you're doing an excellent job as producer. So the point here, moving forward, Juice is not going to be a huge voice participant in the show or participant in the conversation unless he has questions, etc. He's going to be behind the scenes doing stuff. But of course, when Dunk is drunk and fucks up the internet, Juice tags in. What's up, buddy? Which kind of plays in. First and foremost, you have a Netflix review. One thing you wanted to do this year was give us a review of the weekly weekly movies that Netflix put out this week. Outside the Wire was the name of the movie.
Yes.
And
Outside the Wire was the Netflix movie. It was the first one that I got to watch. They've been obviously doing it prior to this, but this is the first one that came across my screen, and then I was like, man. And then it gave me the idea that I need to Netflix is releasing 70 something films in 2021, so I wanted to watch not every single one, but I wanted to watch the ones that they released on Fridays, which are like kind of their tent pole franchises and things like that. Outside the Wire is the first one that I checked out. It's got Anthony Mackie as the lead role. He's Falcon from Avengers, things like that. Those kinds of that's a huge part of what he's in, but he's in a bunch of other stuff as well. He plays Leo. He's like an android, but I'm not really going to dive too deeply into the movie. Basically, I just wanted to give you guys kind of the scores and save yourself some time if you don't want to watch something. You can kind of take our advice, or I always kind of try to finish things with watch it if you want, because my opinion may not mean shit to you. So check it out and you might enjoy the film. Outside the Wire, though, IMDb gave it a 5.4 out of 10. It got a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes goes 0 to 100, so 35% is rotten, and 45% for the Metacritic rating. And then Google users, 63% of the people like the movie. My opinion of the movie was it was solid. It was I would go kind of along the lines of the IMDb at 5 out of 10. I'm going to be giving my rating on my own podcast, Juice in the Morning, 0 to 10, and I'm going to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the movies. But like I said, action was solid. It felt like they spent a lot of their budget on getting Anthony Mackie to be a part of the film, and the CGI was kind of shit at times. The violence didn't really it wasn't consistent throughout the movie, if that makes sense. So, one scene you're seeing somebody's like head get blown off, but then the next scene it's like kind of muffled and like the people getting shot. It's just kind of like a spray of blood. It just didn't feel like it all kind of flowed together, and it felt like a shittier Training Day.
Okay. All right.
So 5 out of 10 from me on Outside the Wire. I still enjoyed it. It was, I'm going to watch a 5 out of 10 movie. Anything below 5, I probably would turn off halfway through. Another thing that I always take into account when I'm watching films or television, if I'm getting ready to look at my phone and pay attention to my phone more than I'm paying attention to the film or the movie or the TV show, it's not that good of a movie. I caught myself, looking down, checking Facebook, looking at the group chat a couple of different times during this movie. So like I said, Outside the Wire, 5 out of 10.
So Juice, real quick, would you say you've ever had a 0 or a 10 like that just stood out to you on either end of the spectrum?
Females or movies, Beaver?
A 0 out of 10 is Grown Ups 2, because it's fucking garbage. It's the worst movie probably ever made. And then a 10 out of 10, I'm going to get judged on this, but the first Matrix is 10 out of 10 for me.
I love the Matrix movies. I think that 2 and 3 get a little more far-fetched and crazy. I think they just pumped them out too fast. I thought 2 was good, but I thought 3 they pumped out way too quickly.
Well, and they got in the Matrix films, they got really deep into the lore of the whole idea of the story. If they're going to do that, they should have maybe taken a little bit more time on the second one to kind of like, and even the first one, like introduce some of that in the first one, because the first one was just fucking awesome action, and it was like a very like beginning, middle, end, and everything just felt really smooth. And then the second 2, it was like, oh, we're just making 2 so that we can make 3. So it was like, I don't know. And they got away from the gunplay because they were more into the kung fu and like the martial arts stuff, which I do enjoy it occasionally, but I also really enjoyed the gun stuff.
Are you very excited for the new one that's going to be coming out then?
I am excited, but I'm also hesitant because Keanu Reeves looks a lot fucking different than he did back then. So are they going to CGI him? What are they going to do?
Wasn't it going to be the same day as John Wick as well?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but I think they split that up. I don't think it's the same schedule anymore.
By the way, I think it was for John Wick. Keanu Reeves took like serious combatives training, like knows like actual like can do flips and shit with guns.
He did like 90% of his stunts in the Wick films.
Yeah, which is incredible, by the way. So they're making a new Matrix, correct?
Yes.
Is that what we were just talking about? And so is Neo coming back? What's the story there? I know nothing about it other than it's happening.
I mean, I know zero. They've got it under wraps pretty much. It's the Wachowski sisters now. They were the Wachowski brothers, but they have transitioned to the Wachowski sisters. They are coming back to make that fourth Matrix movie.
Do we have a tranny update when you say transition?
It is. It's a tranny update right there for you. I mean, most of the people that are into those movies already know about that tranny update, but hey, if you don't know much
they
about
did it
them,
as siblings. They both transitioned.
yeah, they're twins.
I want to get them on the show and want to know if one transitioned before the other and it like talk them into it. I don't know how that works.
Hey, I'm thinking that we're not the right. Well, what do you mean? And then it just goes from there. They just started the conversation.
Hell yeah! So we have a tranny update right there, and
Again,
welcome back.
It's only going to be Netflix, right?
We thought one of three things happened there in Carthage. We thought that Dunk lit the house on fire. B, maybe the hemorrhoid surgery didn't go as well as we thought, and he had an asshole explosion. Or 3, his wife just came out and said, "No more highly inappropriate. It's over." And
it's a wrap.
So which one was it, Dunk?
Dude, it was a little bit of all of them. No, we had to go in there. I had to do a lot of tech support to get the internet going back.
Yeah.
Unplug, plug back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're back. We're alive. I came back out. Josh is saying that I missed Juice's movie review.
We missed most of the review. I tried to watch it on my phone, but did anybody dump them out, Juice?
He said that's the only question we got. Is there any like titties in there?
No dumping them out. No dumping them out at all.
There's no titties.
You definitely need to add that into your movie review because the thing that's going to get me to watch it, like, can I jack off to it? Like,
is there nudity? Like, we need to know if there's partial nudity.
Yeah,
and
1 to 10, can I jack off?
And
partial nudity, full nudity, sex scene. It's got to be like a 3-way pie.
Let me know what I'm working with.
And would titties have brought it up to like a 7?
And if there's exactly. If there's titties, you can bump a 5 up to a 7. And I think there should be a rule. If we see any sort of dick or balls, I'm out on the movie too. So there's got to be a 4th. There's got to be a 4th.
Hey, if this guy's hog is in it, I'm watching.
I'm watching it for sure. I'm still trying to find that guy's porn if he has any at all. So
I'll start writing down the time codes of any nudity, and I'll shoot them over to you guys.
Yes, there it is. You add that
at 38 minutes. You see Meg Ryan's right breast.
Writing it down right now.
Side boob.
Level. I might change the name of the show to Side Teddy.
I'm just waiting for Juice to be like, yeah, this week's movie, a 2, it's terrible. I would not recommend it. Only thing I would recommend at 11 minutes and 30 seconds, there's a nice set of tits. At least fast forward and see those. And I'll be back next week with the next one.
That. If you still have a DVD player, it's actually scene 3. So just skip to scene 3. You'll see the pair of titties and just move right the fuck along.
Beaver did ask a good question. He asked if the reviews are only Netflix movies. Yes, the reviews are only Netflix movies, but then I'm also going to be talking a little bit about the TV shows and the other things that I'm going to be watching throughout the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I watched something this week. Can I speak on it, ladies?
What'd you watch? Because was it Night Stalker? Please, because I
was it porn?
Dude, that's every
day.
Dude, do you even know me, motherfucker? Goddamn.
He watches it on the way to work, Bub. That's what's like. He didn't hit no goddamn raccoon. Dude, he hit a fucking pole jerking off. He came and fucking jerked the wheel and hit a fucking fire hydrant. That's why. Let's be honest here. Go ahead. What'd you watch this week, Dunk?
What's the Night? I did watch Night Stalker.
Yeah, we got to talk about that, by the way.
We got dude coming in the windows.
Yeah.
The doc. Yeah, that was really good. I watched that, and then I went to this after that. It was the Manhunter or whatever. It's like Manhunter or something. It was about the Olympic bomber.
Yeah,
Unabomber.
The
guy that bombed the Olympics, not the Unabomber.
No,
like Central Park, and
I haven't watched
that. And he also bombed like couple abortion clinics and stuff like that. But it's like a 10-part series. And I didn't realize that they like framed this security guard that was like lived at home with his mom and was not really like real socially awkward kind of guy. And the FBI pretty much pinned it on this dude for like a couple years before they finally caught the real guy. But anyways, long story short, watch it. It's really good. It's like Manhunter. It's Netflix is pumping the fuck out of it. Yeah. But yes, Night Stalker was before that. And
it's Manhunt Deadly Games.
Yeah, Manhunt Deadly Games, by the way, it's the name of the show.
That is it. Watch it. It's great. 10-part series. But Night Stalker, Matt. Yes, I watched it and it was ridiculous.
Just absolutely incredible. I mean, first and foremost, a guy like people that don't believe like or say that they can ever end like heinous crimes like this, ignore the fact that evil exists. This guy was fucking just 10 times just fucked up.
Dude, it made me realize as soon as they said his name, because I didn't even really know about this guy, but they say his name like Richard Hernandez or whatever it is. Eminem drops it in Godzilla. The original.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's what's fucking that. So I learned Eminem bars while watching this documentary series.
Oh yeah, he's a very popular serial killer, etc.
Fans like nude pics sent to him in the jail. Fans for this fucking $6. That's insane to me.
Like I figure, like if you're not gonna get laid, you might as well be a serial killer because you're gonna get all these fucking chicks send you nudes and in prison and shit. Like Stephen Avery is not a good looking dude, but like he dates like tens left and right because he's a famous killer, you know, like I don't get it.
Let's not encourage Rob Hart to start killing people.
That's what I was about to say. Like Rob, no.
Dude, I'm gonna have nightmares about him like over me, waking up and him over me, dude. And
jerking off or
if he was a serial killer, he would have like attack dogs though, like real good trained attack dogs. If he
both of his dogs are timid as fuck. They ain't gonna attack anything, but
yeah.
All right, moving on from but the doc series though, Matt, like him in the courtroom with the sunglasses on too, that picture, and like turning around to ladies who were actually attractive, by the way. They were not dog shows, they were smoke shows for sure in the courtroom, and turning around and hey, he has like a suit and sunglasses on, like acknowledging women, like cheering at him. That's absolutely insane. Talking about a guy that like stole a 10-year-old girl and like took her and like did stuff and had his way and then released her back to the cops. Like this guy was insane. Talking old people like and raping like old ladies and killing the husband. The dude was absolutely evil. And like I could not believe that there were women that were all in on this guy and like hearing him outside the courthouse. Like that's insane to me, man.
Beaver, there's a girl out there to fuck anyone, man. So.
Beaver, you will get laid again, buddy. It's gonna happen this year. It's gonna be a big year.
Somebody.
I think